Hello everyone, Tessa Lamping here. I took a morning trade on AKER as yesterday was the first green day. It was closing near its highs. It had coronavirus news. But going back here, I'll just zoom out real quick. It was a nice breakout. It spiked right there in the morning and then it held its gains and then it had a nice breakout right here. And quite frankly, I missed it because I was sleeping. I was studying during nap time and I passed out, and then there was another nice little breakout from right there and it had potential and I just missed it. And I figured I would buy it the next day, which would be today, on morning panic dip buy, or it would spike back to the pre-market highs once I started looking at it. And I just thought it had potential, but it spiked up here, it came back down, it was holding nicely around this area, which if I go back, it's holding yesterday's highs as support. So I'm like, okay, this has potential to spike back up to the morning highs, and I take a small profit. And what I did was I started reading the SEC filings. I clicked on the sub document, and after reading this, is the S3-A form. It started talking about offerings, common stock, preferred shares, warrants. As you can see right here, if any of these securities being registered on this form are to be offered on a delayed or continuous basis pursuant to Rule 415, put next, basically. And so that gave me an idea that it was definitely getting ready to do an offering, especially with these healthcare sectors. They need to raise money so that way they can try and continue a vaccine. And so I just figured, with the history of all these stocks spiking like crazy and then just coming down, it was due for an offering. And as you can see, it talks about $25 million, common stock, preferred stock, warrants, debt, securities, and units. And I'm just starting to get back into reading SEC filings that I've been learning from Tim Sykes and Michael Good. And it's pretty useful. At least it could prepare me to not necessarily be in a stock, because after these have been doing offerings, they tend to be just tanking after a massive spike. And it's just good to be aware of that and be prepared. And so I highly recommend you check out AKER and read their S3/A documents talking about common stocks, warrants, and just read through this and try not to fall asleep. But there's a forward-looking statement. It talks about yesterday they're doing Primus. I looked that up, and they're doing a collaboration. PREMAS, Primus is how I'm pronouncing it. They are doing let's see, what was it? A conference on the 5th homepage. So I was doing all this pre-market, and this is what was preparing me for making my plan for this huge spike that I missed out on. And I'll get there if it ever loads. Okay, so sequence, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. May 4th, on the 8th, they're planning to, on 2020, they're doing an announcement of the launch of its latest technology. So I figured this had a run left in it. And then plus, they're trying to raise money because they're issuing common stocks, preferred Series C stocks. I'm still learning about all this, but all I could think about was Huddy talking about this is what short sellers look for. And yeah, Series C, D, convertible preferred stocks. I need to definitely watch how learn to read SEC filings again, just to quickly learn, or not quickly by any means, just to thoroughly learn about this some more. But I read through all of this, and it helped me form my thesis that they're getting ready to definitely do an offering. So I went on to Tim Sykes' watch list to see if I was on the right track, because I was pretty proud of myself doing this research and learning about it. I really wanted to see if I was on the right track. And I saw that he yesterday said that he wasn't going to chase this, and then he was planning for a morning panic dip buy, and he's planning for some spikes as well. I'll be out in just a minute. And I didn't pay much attention to him saying that he was planning for a spike as well. I was more focused on the morning panic dip buys, and when I saw that my thesis was correct and it was playing out and is actually spiking, frankly, I just froze. I didn't know what to do, and I was like, oh, I should be buying it, I'm not gonna buy it anymore, it's up too high, I'll buy on a dip. It dipped, I wasn't gonna buy that because it wasn't a good enough dip for me. And so I was starting to plan for what does it mean to hold for me to buy the dip. And going way out here, I'm like, okay. Oh wait, no, I bought it because it was holding this high. It had tanked down from here. I'm like, okay, this is the dip. Why not? And now it's spiking, and it might dip a little bit, and then it'll spike again. And so I wanted it to kind of hold this level. What reason? I went to 6-month chart, and I just thought it would hold that area, and it might retest here. Not a very good idea, to be honest. It just wasn't a good idea. If anything, I honestly can't say that my dip buy was a good idea, other than it was coming down and I figured it would have a small spike left in it. I should not have dip bought this, and had I the opportunity to replay this morning, I would have definitely bought right here. But it was a bad idea to buy this dip, especially up 30 cents. But I had a plan. I was buying the dip, and I took profits. I'm not a good trade, to be honest, but I locked in the profits. I wasn't getting greedy. I got in at 732 and I sold at 750. It wasn't spiking up as much, and I wasn't gonna get greedy, and I just wanted to lock it in. As you can see, I made 72 cents. It was 2.46% gain, which is what I'm focusing on, because I only did 4 shares because I've been on such a losing streak, and I didn't want that to continue. And I wanted to gain the confidence again, but definitely do a little bit more research, it seems like, especially when these stocks are spiking up a lot and then coming back down due to offerings. And right after my sell, there was an offering. Also, I just watched a video from Tim where he was saying that if a stock puts out an SEC filing, soon after there should be a press release. And lo and behold, Global Newswire and Seeking Alpha put out the press release talking about the offering. So here's the SEC filing, and then here's the offering. Coincidence? No. My teacher's just awesome documenting all this stuff and teaching about it, and I'm just practicing and reviewing. But this leads me to my end of the day trade, where I've been trying all these dip buys, And they're not earnings winners, they're not contract winners, not even agreements really. And I need to learn to buy the initial spike because the dips aren't as good as they should be. But this is what I'm kind of looking for, where it comes down to like the sixes and it has like 17 cents of upside while minimizing the risk. I guess it's still not the best plan. But I saw new highs over here, and then I saw that it had a press release. So I clicked on it, it was spiking, and I wasn't gonna chase it. And then I thought I'd buy the dip, but it didn't. Let's see, high eights to low sevens, so that wasn't too bad. But this laptop was in the living room, and my other laptop that I make all my trades on were in my bed was in my bedroom here. So when it spiked back up, I'm like, I'm not gonna chase it. I'll wait for a bigger dip. But it was kind of holding this area, so it was right up here holding this area, and I thought it might come down a little bit more, so I ran into my bedroom, grabbed my laptop, ran out there, got it all ready, and so instead of buying on the dip right here in the 8s where I figured support was, I bought at 8.82 and sold at 8.34 because it wasn't spiking as much as I wanted. Excuse me, I thought it was a dip kind of like this, and it would spike roughly 10 cent. Yeah, well, 1 cent, 10. I'm so bad at this stuff. But my plan for this was I saw it holding support right here in the 8s, and I was going to get on it and think that with these stocks closing near the highs and breaking out, it's a first green day. It kind of closes a little bit lower, but it has a history of second green days. Even though they've been red, they're still second green days. So I was really tempted to buy. The volume was one of the higher ones, and I bought it on a dip, but it wasn't closing near its highs, so I didn't want to hold it overnight. I just took a quick profit because it wasn't spiking up even higher. I planned on it possibly breaking up here, even though at the time it was around 50 cents off. It was up 50%. And who knows, why couldn't it keep spiking, especially with a lot of the stocks just going berserk into the close. All I can say is I missed the amazing strength of the coronavirus in the beginning, and now it's weaker, and I just need to be conservative. Yes, it was within roughly a minute or two that I bought and sold, which I'm not proud of, but I'm just glad I didn't hold hope and get stuck in all this and get out for another loss. Which, reviewing all this, would I take this trade again? Yeah, because there was a potential for it to continue spiking. And I got out. And the news was coronavirus news. Funware gains on coronavirus mobile solution. Which, when I read it, it was talking about a response solution to help healthcare workers quickly identify, locate, and engage both patients and staff. Mobile solutions capabilities include a patient telemedicine portal, staff coordination, and device monitoring to promote social distancing. And so I thought it had potential to just close really strong and just spike. And I would take this trade again. I would say so. But I just wanted to go over this. Will it spike tomorrow? I don't know. I haven't had the best luck with these trades from the coronavirus since I missed all the run-up, so my game is off and I'm behind, and that's why I'm just studying. Anyways, I hope you like my little review. Maybe you can learn what not to do from this one too. But I hope you guys all have a great day. Stay safe. Stay smart, learn to read SEC filings, and I'll have another video another time. Have a great night. Thank you for watching.